What's up, everybody? Jason, Venture Ready Off Grid. Just doing a little exploring today. Only got about a month or so still down here in SoCal, Southern California, for those that don't abbreviate. And this is the old stomping ground. So I'm actually on a very long shortcut. I went to Camping World to get some of those fancy fans for our motorhome. So I'm redoing the roof on it this week. I took a couple of long shortcuts, and here we are on City Creek Road, Forestry Road N109 in San Bernardino Mountains below Big Bear. So goes all the way down here, up there, down there, and then you can hardly see with all the overcast and fog, but there's a mountain back there, believe it or not. Actually, a really beautiful area. Tons of manzanita, tons of trash too, which is becoming more and more common these days, I think, everywhere. But more people recreating, as they might call it, and leaving their trash everywhere. The first 12 miles or so of this road, you can see the road down there, is a public area where you can go and do target shooting. Cool valley right there. I just caught like 2 deers right around there. That tree is over there. When I came around that bend, it scared the crap out of them. They took off. Kind of dark in the coats too, and they weren't super big, but I don't know if deer shed. I don't really know much about deers, but maybe because of the time of year, but their coats were kind of speckly and dark. It wasn't really, didn't look real full. But yeah, the first 12 miles of this road is a designated shooting area, public shooting area. You can go target shooting. So my kids and I and the ex back when she wasn't the ex, when we used to not live up here, we'd drive up this road, follow it all the way around. We'd shoot, go past this, and then come down. There's like a little bluff area there. It was really nice. I went the whole 12 miles, so I go the very distance of the road. That way I didn't have as many people shooting around my kids or vice versa. Worked out pretty good. I think I got a bumper down there. So let's do some hardcore off-roading. This is considered a pretty popular off-road spot, and it's cool. It's a cool access point that people come up here in really expensive rigs and cruise down this, what is deemed to be a fire road. So it gets a little rough at times during the year, but not really. I mean, it's pretty basic. We used to use this to take a lot of our customers out in the motorcycle industry when they had for the adventure bikes to do shop rides, because it's really fun for an adventure bike ride, and it's not too heinous to where you're gonna, if you have a 600-pound bike, you can still get down the road. So I could tell you it's a lot more comfortable in my Jeeps in the past, or a motorcycle, than it is in the family truckster. I don't think the Dodge Mega Cab diesel 4x4 in stock form, other than it has all-terrain tires, I don't think that's the best vehicle for this, especially the 1-ton. Knocking my kidneys out of my body. But anyway, yeah, just out running around. See casings everywhere, trash everywhere, little bits of trash. There's nothing like what I saw on the way up. All the people only go a couple miles in, and they'll shoot against rocks and all kinds of stuff. It's really weird. I don't understand the philosophy behind it, but there's trash like crazy in those areas. So campfires wherever. There's some rules and regulations where you can and can't have those out here. I don't think that's one of the spots they want you to put it at, but whatever. So, but yeah, we're about a month away, less than a month, like 26 days away from departing Southern California and heading up to northern Arizona and working on our property. And I've made bids on a couple more properties, smaller properties, to maybe develop for profit or rent as a potential for income. I'm not sure which ones we'll work on the big property, obviously, that's where we're going to, but we might develop one of the smaller properties I already got contracted sooner than later. Has a little bit of income for me and the boys. So trying to skin the cat a little different here, not looking to go punch a clock if we don't have to. So if we can avoid it, that's the idea. It's my American dream. But yeah, thought I'd just share my day. Also, like someone's over there. I thought I saw a car moving, but maybe not. Yeah, this is City Creek Road, N109, San Bernardino Mountains by Big Bear, California. We used to live in Big Bear, so we used to come up this road all the time to enjoy just camping and off-roading. And there's a couple creek crossings that were a little bigger back in the day. We don't get a ton of water down here in California, so sometimes it's drought season or whatever. But there is an area where the Santa Ana riverbed crosses. Once you pass a little range right here, you drop down this valley before you go back up, and it has a real cool bridge there. A bunch of rocks. It's like a huge open, kind of a rock quarry there, or sorry, someone up there coming down. I see in the distance. A big riverbed. It's huge. It's probably like a football field, 100 plus yards wide. I couldn't even imagine what you'd have to, how much water you'd have to have back in the day to make that happen. I think they had flash floods back here though, where people's houses got taken down. So that were, kind of more rural houses out here. I don't remember how many years ago that was, but obviously water was running pretty wide at one time. But the crossing's probably 15 feet at best wide these days. And someone puts a little, like, kind of a rock dam there so kids can play in the water, so it gets a little deep, a couple feet deep, so it's kind of fun for the kids. But yeah, you see something flicker up there. Maybe there's a truck. Yeah, there's a truck right over there. I didn't think I came up from that high. I thought it was lower, but maybe it is. Anyway, man, we're in a horrible, smoggy day. Sorry, guys, I thought I was going to get you a little better view. But we do have mountains here. They're just all shaded today. We got pine trees up here as you get a little higher. I'm kind of in the midway here. You can see some on the top over there. A lot of shrubs. Go from the high desert up here to nice forest. Like I said, we lived in Big Bear for about 4 years and had some nice pine trees in the property by the house, and lived up in a mountain community. It was awesome. Loved every bit of it. So fortunately, had to get out of that house and do something different due to some change in the family dynamic. And then, like I said, we decided to venture out a little bit. So anyway, this was my day. Like I said, man, too bad. Normally it's a really good view right here. I was hoping for more. It just really, that's pretty much smog. So that's what you get, man. It's disgusting. Beautiful scenery. Once you're in it, you don't even notice it up top. I mean, and you get above the atmosphere too. A lot of times I used to ride my motorcycles to work down the street, down the highway, and I would be leaving the house, not even pay attention. I'd leave my house in like, normal daily riding gear and then drop into a storm cloud or something like that. I wouldn't even pay attention sometimes. Forget to check the weather forecast. But yeah, once you get to the top of the mountain, around and over that way, you'll be above this stuff and won't see it as much. But yeah, it's pretty crummy for visual today. But anyway, guys, I guess I'm just doing a trip down memory lane. So just an old trail I used to hit all the time for work with my clients, and used to hit with the family to go shooting. So cool memories, good memories. And we don't plan on visiting SoCal too often once we get out of the area. I mean, I love these mountains up here, and places like Death Valley and Lone Pine and some of the areas that we go out camping and off-roading, exploring. I have really good memories there with the family, friends, and with clients through the motorcycle industry. I used to take camping out there on their motorcycles. But yeah, I don't plan on coming back down to California just for the fees and smog and $7 a gallon diesel. So I'm going to try and avoid that at all costs once we get away from here. And I got a whole new state to explore. I'm not unfamiliar with Arizona at all, so super pumped to learn about the mining history out there. Learn about the pioneer type stuff out there. I'm really big on ghost towns and mining towns, and checking them out in a Jeep or a motorcycle or hiking if you got to, whatever you got to do to get to them. So I am going to try and do one more hike before I get out of here. I used to hike quite a bit, guys, when I wasn't motorcycle riding. So I'm either going to do the Champion Spark Plug Mine, I think the 3rd week of April, just coming up real quick here, or the town of Beveridge, which is a much more intense hike. It's a very remote mining town. You can access it from Cerro Gordo, or basically I think Burgess mining camp. I can go up to there from what I understand, and drive into there and pack up the vehicle, or pack up the backpack, leave the vehicle, and then hike down into the town of Beveridge, which is like I said, very remote mining town. Hike in for a day of hiking. I think it's 6 hours or so maybe. Stay for a day to explore, and then hike out a day is the plan. So I will capture that on film here. Like I said, I have a few things I want to do before I leave Southern California, and we'll capture those on film for the channel. And for those of you that are looking for off-grid stuff, we're almost back. We'll be doing off-grid stuff pretty soon. So about 26 days and counting, we'll be up there in some form, about as off-grid as you can get. So we ain't got a bathroom, we ain't got electrical, we ain't got water. The plan was to have everything set up by May 1st and just move on to it. That didn't happen with all the projects, and work's been just crazy, man. This year's been nuts. So I explained it in my last video. So we're just gonna get up there in one of our toy haulers, put a stake in the ground. Look how remote I am, guys. Where's that? Can you see that plane? I see a plane up in the sky. Shoot. It's like right there, but I can't see it on the screen. It's too foggy. Anyway, there's an airplane flying over. Flying in the sun. I did see a bear on this trail one time. This place is called Big Bear for a reason. I think it was one of the highest concentrations of grizzly bears back in the late 1800s, and then they kind of shot them all up to try and avoid getting attacked by them, all the settlers up here and the miners. This did produce quite a bit of gold up in this area, and minerals. And there's like a quartz mine, and there's gold mines, and I believe silver mines. I think there's quite a few different minerals up here. But so anyway, they were known for the grizzlies, I believe. And I think they became kind of extinct with the hunters basically getting paid to take them out to keep the settlers up here, the pioneers up here, safe. And then they brought in some black bears, I think in the 60s. I could be wrong. I don't have the exact dates, just hearsay, but I know they brought black bears in here. And I was told there was a couple hundred black bears in whatever this region would be, like San Bernardino Mountain region. I've seen, I think, 3 in my lifetime. One up at Jinx Lake, which is a pretty good sized bear, about 6 years ago. One off of this exact trail I'm on, just a little bit of ways up here. I was coming around a corner back in the motorcycle days, and I was bringing a couple of my employees, a guy and gal that didn't have motorcycles, so they wanted to see where we went off-roading. So I took them up after work one day in my Jeep with the top off and doors off and all that little TJ I had. Fun little Jeep, little stick shift inline 6 that are so fun. But came around a corner after you drop into the valley, coming out this other mountainside over here, and you're going up this mountain range over here to go up to Big Bear to the top. You can access the top of Big Bear if you go down City Creek Road here, N109, and you shoot up Clark's Grade up to the back of one of the ski resorts you come into. It's pretty cool, and tons of deers up there, and squirrels and all that kind of stuff too. Raccoons occasionally, bobcats occasionally. But yeah, I came across a bear just ripping down the road. Medium-sized black bear, just jogging down the road in front of us, probably clipping like 25 miles an hour. The bear, scared from us coming around, had the lights on. So we turned the lights off and let it just kind of run off and get its own thing going. We were sitting there, stopped for a minute. I started thinking, well, we don't have any doors or windows or a top on this Jeep, and probably we're not really equipped for bear hunting or bear fighting, so it's kind of a dumb idea. So I figured I'd turn the lights back on and we would just jam down the road, and we got to like a turn in the road, like a right hairpin kind of turn and climb. And as we're climbing here, he jumps right back on the trail and he's ripping down the road again. So it's pretty cool. He went down the road about 25, 30 feet and jumped in the bushes and never saw him again. And I saw another bear at the distance on motorcycles probably like 7 years ago up here. So yeah, only 3 bears in the whole time I've been up here. So not too many for Big Bear. But like I said, it's very popular up here right now, just as far as how many people live up here, how many full-time residents are up here, and then obviously the tourism on the weekends is off the charts. So that'll slow the bear population down as far as coming into the city. They don't seem to be searching through trash too much like they do in other places, at least not up here. So anyway, guys, just thought I'd share it with you, do a little touch base. Like I said, we're 26 days and counting, heading to the Northern AZ property, and we'll be building some stuff on the main property. And like I said, I bought an investment property. I'm trying to contract a second one, so it'll be a third property, but a second investment property to build a more generic property, a manufactured home, garage, septic tank, city water, city electrical, and that'd be something me and the boys will build for fun, and we would sell that for profit. Would be a concept, or rent it, but I don't think I want to be a landlord. I'd rather just develop and sell, and then put that money into something fun for our property, or some toys, or some rainy day money. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well out there, and probably do maybe 2 more videos in the next 26 days of, actually maybe a few. One of our toy haul, one of our motorhome that we're going to sell. Toy haul we're getting done. Yeah, we're going to be pushing the last minute. It's going to be like May 1st, the evening of. We'll be finishing up the last bits and stuff. So we're not dedicated that day. That's when I want to go. That's when I'm done, not working anymore. So it'd be a good time to start moving while you ain't working, get some stuff done. It's easy to get stuff done when you're not working. But yeah, that's the goal date. We can go a couple days later if we need to, but also want to get out to the property and have the whole month of June to develop some stuff out there, build some stuff up there, and solidify some stuff, and drag a couple Connex boxes and stuff like that up to the property before July hits, because monsoons were gnarly last year and I didn't know anything about them. I mean, I knew about them, but I didn't know the details, and they were crazy. So got some, I guess that was the best in 10 years, but I enjoyed it, but it was a little freaky at the same time. Some flash flooding and some heavy winds and heavy rain. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon.